Hi, and today I want to talk about something that when you're feeling stuck, when you're feeling like everything's getting you down, what do? Okay, you can do all your meditation, you can go for a jog, you can exercise, you can drink plenty of water, but what if it's to a point where, all these problems are stacking up on each other? What do you need to do? What can you do? What can you do? You need to take a day off. You need to focus on your problems. I'm telling you, you need to do it. This is what I do. So this is what I suggest. When I say you need to do it, this is what I suggest you do. It's up to you to decide whether it's right for you and it's going to work for you. And everything I say, question everything I say. I'm not going to just tell you go and do stuff not knowing it's not going to work. This is the stuff. These are the things that I do, and it's working and it's effective in my own life. So I'm aiming to pass those on to you. So what I do is take a day off, and I call it problem solving day. So this is what I do in my problem solving day. And I used to let things come, stack up so much that it gets so hard to function until I do a problem solving day. But I've scheduled these in once a week. That's right, one day a week I spend on problem solving. In that day, I'll start at about 9 or 10. I will start writing down every single problem I can think of that's affecting me and that's not serving me at the moment, that's bogging me down. So, the biggest ones will usually come to your mind first. I just start writing them down one by one. Now, when you're doing this process, you really need to be, I am really honest with myself, and I suggest you be as well, to write down things that essentially where you're not achieving results, where you're finding it difficult to break through, and really be honest with yourself. Don't hold back. Write it down. Who's going to see it? Just you, right? Who cares? No one's going to see it. You write it down. Be really honest with yourself. If you're not doing something that you could be doing, write it down. Do this process. Do the problem-solving day somewhere, right? When you're writing all these things down, find a place that you're not going to get distracted. Now, I would not suggest you do this at home, and I would not suggest you do this at work. You need to find an alternate location where you will not be distracted, especially by people you know, especially your family, especially your colleagues. Get away from them when you're doing this, because it just won't work. Turn your mobile off. Do not take a computer. All you need is a blank piece of paper, and if you've got lots of problems, several blank pieces of paper. I would suggest you take about 10 or 20. A pen that's not going to run out of ink, and a table. I usually do this at the other place. Now, you ask what the other place is. This is the place that's not your work and not your home. Generally, it's somewhere in between. It could be a cafe. It could be outdoors somewhere, like a park where there's a table. It could be at your local McDonald's. I'm not promoting McDonald's in any way, but sometimes, getting out of... It needs to be a place where you're not habitually there. Something that's going to break you out of your patterns and allow you to think very creatively. So I call this the other place. For me, it's generally a cafe or somewhere like that. So when you're doing this process, one thing you need to do on the day, one thing I suggest that you do, is treat yourself to an excellent lunch. I'm not saying, hamburger or chips. I'm saying something really nice that's going to, you're facing your problems. Treat yourself decently. Make sure you take $20 or $30 with you and treat yourself to a nice lunch, a nice beverage, cappuccino, whatever makes you feel good, because you're facing the hardest problems in your life. So you need to be taking care of yourself when you do this. And you're being really honest, so it's going to be difficult. Some things might come up that are hard. You need to feel like you're looking after yourself. So treat yourself to a nice lunch and a nice beverage to break up the day, and you have a break in between. After lunch, after you've written all your problems down in the morning, after lunch, go through each problem and write down whether this is something within your control or something that is out of your control. So go through each problem and write down, within your control or out of your control. Now, the problems that are out of your control, you need to accept. I suggest that you accept the problem with complete present moment awareness. So go through that problem, look at it, be completely present and say to yourself, or write down, I accept this situation as it is and I will live with it. I will accept it from my heart and move forward. The problems that are within your control, take those and write down every single action that comes to mind that you can do on those problems. So you might need lots of paper for this, so I suggest you take quite a bit of paper and start writing those actions, those steps down that you can do, and write down which problem number it was for. The last step, the most important step, is for each of those problems, the actions you've written down, make sure on the day you take your planner and write down the day you're going to work on those actions for that particular problem. This will create a certain level of momentum for you to take action and put in place a time that you're actually going to work on them. So you're not going to get bogged down in, okay, these are the problems, these are the solutions, that's it. No, you actually now have a solid way of moving forward. And the actions might be really, really simple, but the thing is, for you to move in creating something in this physical plane, you need to go from the invisible to the visible. So you need to go from the inner world, which is the mental, spiritual and emotional, to the outer world, which is the physical plane. And the bridge between those two is action. So schedule in when you're going to take action. And I suggest you get a planner which has a page per day. In my blog down below, you'll see a great planner that I found. I cannot to the like of me remember the company or the person who produced it, but I will put it down so you can have a look at that. And there was also another one one of my mentors suggested. You may have a look at that one as well, and pick which one works for you the best. So schedule in those actions when you're going to do it. I generally go through and figure out the whole year in one day sometimes. Like for the next year, maybe not in one day, maybe in a month, I'll figure out every single day what I'll be doing and what I'll be focusing on. You don't need to go to that much length. You can do a quarter every 3 months. You can do this, but schedule in those actions, and then the next problem-solving day you can track where you're up to. So, in summary, what we've discussed today is brainstorming your problems, having a problem-solving day, being completely honest with yourself as to what's not working for you, doing this process of the problem-solving day somewhere that's neutral, that's breaking away from your habitual patterns, not at work, not at your home, somewhere, the other place, as I'd like to call it. Treating yourself to an excellent lunch and beverage on the day, and after lunch going through each of those problems and writing down what's in your control and what's out of your control. For those that are out of your control, completely accepting those situations and problems with present moment awareness, and for those things that are within your control, writing down all the actions that come to mind that you can do on those, and then lastly scheduling in those actions in your planner and tracking them next time you come to problem solving day. So I hope this has been of benefit to you and you utilize some of the tools that I've suggested, and I will see you next time. Thank you.